At a time when corporate profits are at an all-time high and the wealth of the billionaire class continues to soar, it is unacceptable that millions cannot afford the basic necessities of life.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Something else that happened last week is a bunch of union workers and members met with President Biden and Bernie Sanders in the White House, right? And Bernie sent out an email about it, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He met with President Biden and various labor leaders, right? They had Starbucks workers, a minor league baseball player, a Sega video game worker, a Bluebird electric bus manufacturing worker from Georgia, a Yale University graduate student chemist, and a worker at eBay subsidiary TCG Player. So really cool to see that happening. And I just want to quote a little bit from this message that Senator Sanders sent out because I think it connects well with a lot of the themes of the show today. Quote, "To my mind, at this moment in history, there is nothing more important than bringing working people together in the fight against corporate greed and oligarchy. And the very good news on that front is that all across the country, in every sector of the economy, we are seeing a major resurgence in labor organizing. Workers today understand that at a time when corporate profits are at an all-time high and the wealth of the billionaire class continues to soar, it is unacceptable that half of our people live paycheck to paycheck and millions cannot afford the basic necessities of life. They are standing together in saying enough is enough, that it's time working people finally got their fair share. That is exactly why unions today are fighting back against corporate greed more aggressively and with the kind of strength we have not seen in several decades. We are seeing it at UPS, where the International Brotherhood of Teamsters are demanding a fair contract, wages, and benefits from a corporation which made $13 billion in profits last year. We are seeing it at the big three car manufacturers, Ford, Stellantis, and General Motors, who have made $250 billion over the past decade, where United Auto Workers are fighting for better working conditions and a fair increase in wages. We're seeing it on college campuses all across the country, where tens of thousands of graduate student workers are fighting back against ruthless exploitation on the job by their very wealthy universities. We're seeing it in Hollywood too, where the Screen Actors Guild and the Writers Guild of America are on strike against the big film studios and powerful executives as their industry continues to undergo rapid and transformational change. We're seeing this kind of action nationwide. Working people from all backgrounds and walks of life courageously taking on corporate greed, coming together in solidarity to fight for dignity, respect, and economic justice on the job. This is what a grassroots political revolution is all about, but the question we face now is, where do we go from here? It will not surprise you to hear that in America today, the deck is very much stacked against working people trying to form a union. With corporate consolidation in the ownership class, workers are trying to take on incredible concentrations of power and wealth. Despite the incredible popularity of everything the labor movement is fighting for, major corporations deploy every union-busting trick in the book to stop their workers from organizing on the job. Workers are often subjected to highly illegal threats, coercion, or even fired for their efforts. Corporations bring in highly paid union-busting consultants and lawyers and do anything and everything to keep from providing their workers with decent wages, benefits, and working conditions. This is why now more than ever, our movement must stand together in this fight. It's why, as the chairman of the Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions, proud that we recently passed the PRO Act out of committee, landmark legislation which would make it easier for workers to organize and revitalize the labor movement in this country. The economic and political future of our country rests upon one very simple principle. the need for working people to stand together in the fight against corporate greed and create an economy that works for all of us and not just billionaires and large corporations. I'm proud of the remarkable progress our movement has made and important victories we've won, but there's still an incredible amount of work ahead of us. Let us move forward together and get it done. In solidarity, Bernie Sanders. So really appreciate that statement and sort of connecting these dots and tying these struggles together. I appreciate that message.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.